Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. If this is your first time coming across my videos, please subscribe if you like this kind of content. Today I want to play this card game. Is it really playing if I'm doing it alone? To use this as prompts, as questions, and then I'll just answer them here. It's called Our Moments. Kids. I'm a child. It's from the Kai Games. I will leave the link on the description. You can rent it, you can purchase. I'll just pick cards and then read and answer. If you had a time machine for a day, what will you do with it? A time machine. So this is supposed to take me ahead of time or back into the past. I think I will jump to the day I die, just so that I can know, not even to know how it happens. I know when it will happen. Is it 10 years from now, 50 years from now? It will be better to know, like, for how long am I doing this life, Germany? Dark. What's your favorite movie? Why? Favorite movie? Hey, I'm not a movie person. I don't hold on to entertainment like that. But I enjoy Friends. It's a series because those people are just funny. And it's like a community. If you hear people talking about Friends and you relate to it, and then there are people who hate Friends and you're not among them. This one says, if we could go anywhere you wanted on vacation, where will you choose? Why? In this case, we is me, myself, and I. Vacay. Hmm. Cliche, but I'll say Maldives. That place looks so scenic. I would be lost in my thoughts. Definitely, yeah. If you could have a conversation with anyone in history, who will it be? Anyone in history? I think I don't like famous people and famous things. I don't like the things that people consider famous. I don't know if I have an answer for this. I don't like history. I'm not interested in the things that happened to people who are not in my life. Okay, now I'm just exposing my sadistic self. What is your earliest memory? My earliest memory is the one that stands out for me is my grandfather's funeral, because in all the photos I was in front of the coffin. Most photos it was just me, and then other photos it was my cousin, my older cousin, and I was just there standing, and people will come, will take pictures. Yeah. At what age do you think people can fall in love? At what age should people marry? Falling in love, I think from as early as teenagehood, because when I read stories, I hear people saying they experienced their first loves at 13, 14, and I believe them. At what age should people marry? Mid 30s, at least when you know what you want in life. For the most part, I feel like people marry early and then years into the future, they've evolved into a different person and they've been evolving in parallel directions. Parallel is like this. In opposite directions, and now they seem like different people to each other altogether, even to themselves. Maybe mtu grow up. What's the hardest thing about being a girl? The hardest has to be safety concerns. Because I won't just walk around at night without fearing for my safety, or even during the day. I'm always super conscious. My guard is always up. But if safety was not an issue for me, it will be the cyclical changes, the hormonal imbalance. I don't know if it's hormonal imbalance, but all the mood changes that happen during the month. Like a certain week you're happy, another week uko tu, another week it's like you're depressed. Why? Why? If you got into really big trouble, how do you think I will respond? Okay, now I can't answer this. I will have to be playing with someone else for it to make sense. What will you be most likely to want to lie to me about? No. These are cards for parents to play with their kids. I'll just skip the ones that don't make sense. Okay, that I can't answer when I'm using them by myself, but I can read them anyway. Do you feel like you could talk with me about anything at all? Uh, what kind of parent will you be? I will not be. I am choosing my struggles, and parenting is not one of them. What do you think makes a family close? I think communication, openness, and more than rapport. Like you're able to tell stories without holding back. Obviously, there are stuffs that you won't tell your parents because it's ratchetness and they won't understand unless they're also ratchet. But being able to make jokes, to communicate, to say how you feel, or even for someone to realize that you're not okay without you saying it, that openness and communication. What is the best thing about our family? Our family, it's that we allow each other to be. Hakuna mtu anaingilia maisha ya mwenzake. If you could change one thing about your parents, what would it be? One thing. Maybe back to that openness in communication, like letting each other into our lives. But it will be better if it started with the parent and then the kids just grow up in it, rather than realizing that that doesn't exist for you because your parents didn't have that and now you're the one who's supposed to initiate it. If you had to choose only 3 words to describe me, what would you say? I can describe myself. 3 words. This is difficult. It's probably easier just to describe another person. 3 words to describe me. I am selfish. Selfish in the literal sense of the word, like not that I am inconsiderate to others, I am considerate to myself. What other thing? I am intuitive. My gut feeling is strong. Mm, Acha hizo mbili nimejaribu. If you could change one thing about your appearance, what will it be? I will be taller. Yeah, that will be nice. A few inches. If you had to live in another country, which one will you choose? Another country. Where will I live? Uh, 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 mm. I'm thinking the country is not the problem. If you don't have money in whatever country you live in, it will be a problem. But Kenya ni tamu ukiwa na pesa. Plus my experience is only with Kenya. Like, so vitu zingine zitakuwa tu stories za jaba. What two items will you grab if your house was on fire? Two items, my phone and money if I had cash in the house. Describe your perfect day. A perfect day for me is a slow day, whether I'm in the house or I have been outside. Maybe I am at a destination and the activities are not intense and they end early such that my evening starts early. Any day where from 4 p.m. I'm not doing anything that is work that I must do, I am supposed to do, is a good day for me. And I didn't wake up early to do things. Between 8 and 4, I am okay doing whatever needs to be done, but if I can have slow time from the time I wake up to 8 and from 4 p.m. to the time I sleep, then that will be a good day for me. So any day that I'm outside and then I come back to the house at 4 and I don't have chores to catch up with, that is a good day. A perfect day, in fact. What scares you the most and why? For now, I would say not being able to save someone, like someone needing my help in a life or death situation and me not being able to show up for them. My motivation for that is the guilt that would follow me if anything ended up happening. If you could ask anyone for help, who would it be and why? For help. In what kind of situation though? If it was that bad, I think I will just ask my mother. Hana choice. What do you worry about the most? My future. This future. Because sometimes I have to remind myself to live for today. Like uko hapa leo, you don't know about tomorrow. Enjoy today. But I worry about my future. How will it be like? Will I live the life that I envision for myself? Will I be happy? Will I be surrounded by people whose company I enjoy? Vitu kaa hizo. When do you feel the most proud of who you are? The most proud. I think when I go through difficult phases of my life and in in retrospect, I think you did well. You came out of that situation. Or sometimes when I'm in the middle of something difficult and I need to stay grounded, I remind myself that I am doing the best that I can given the situation. And that makes me proud of myself to even stop to realize that I am okay. What makes you feel better? Rest. Sometimes I'm just bored with a task and then I'm like, I just need to rest. I will feel better. I'll be ready for the next task. But if I'm hungry, food. If you are invisible, where will you go and what will you do? Invisible. So you can't see me. Let me think. Invisible doesn't change anything, it's just that people can't see me. So I will still be living in this particular time. Being invisible doesn't really make sense because. Wait. So that means I can be on a plane and people are not seeing me, yeah? So see, I will fly to those away destinations. That sounds shallow, but it makes sense to me. What is a quality you wish you could have more of? Mm, a bit of selflessness. It amazes me how people are usually willing to just do good things for other people. For me, my first instinct is to be selfish. So anytime that I am extending myself to do something good for another person, I have thought about it. I have thought about the sacrifice that I am making, how it will make me feel, how the other person will feel, how I will feel after. So it will be nice to be a bit selfless, to, just do things for people without thinking so much into it. What is your idea of an ideal day? More like the perfect day that I've described. Imagine if you were playing this with your kids or as friends, because these questions, depending on how you choose to answer them, they can be good conversation prompts. What is the best gift you've ever received? Best gift. Maybe I can count this as a gift. There was a time I was making yogurt and I needed a fridge, and my mother bought me a small fridge. It was out of necessity, but that was a big deal. But I've also received things like flowers. Nini zingine? I will say the fridge. What is the best book you've ever read? Again, like the movies, the series, the music, famous people. I don't hold onto them that much. But the best, I think those books by John Kiriamiti, they were really interesting. What is your favorite thing about our family? In our family, we leave other people, we leave each other to do what they want. What is your all-time favorite toy? As a grown-up, is a gadget a toy? Maybe my laptop because I can watch on it. But if you're talking about toys, do I want to mention? If you could live in any state, which will you choose? Why? I don't know the states and what they have to offer. So, if you planned our next family vacay, where will we go and what will we do? Tungeenda Maldives tu sisi wote. When you make a mistake, are you able to repair things so that you end up feeling okay? Yes, when I make a mistake that is affecting me, I am able to go through the emotions, process it, and finally forgive myself and tell myself that it's okay to make mistakes, but if it's a mistake that involves another person, that one is difficult. I don't cross people that often, especially people around me. I'm usually so careful. Uh, I don't even argue with my friends. Am I fake? Who is your best friend and why? I have close friends. I wouldn't say I have a best friend. What traits do you look for in friends? Vibe. I need the energy between us to be just easy. Isikae nikaa tuna force issues. So mostly vibe. Alafu mtu anapenda tuseme self development or someone who is self aware, like anajua the things they are going through. Okay, mostly people who are just going through the problems that I'm going through so that we can all talk and say how adulting is difficult. Ama if they've made it to the other end where adulting isn't so difficult, they've been here for some time, like they can relate to my troubles. Selfish much. But you see, when me, I'm talking about my issues which they are relating with, so I'm also being a friend who they can relate with. Do you think you're good at making friends? I think so. But when I meet someone, I'm able to read their energy and to decide if it's someone that I want to pursue friendship with. If I'm interested in pursuing friendship, I'm good at it. If I'm not interested, I just won't make effort. What's your favorite song and why? Entertainment, nini, movies, books, history. I'll just lie. No need to lie. What's your favorite place in our home? My bed. Because by the time I'm getting into bed, it means I'm done with the tasks for the day. I can rest. How important is money? Very, very, very important. Do you think there is enough money in the world for everyone to have enough? Huh. I think this question is easy to a child who is not overthinking. Enough money in the world for everyone to have enough. I think so, but some people are more disadvantaged than others. They don't know the opportunities that are available to them to make the money, or they are not able to access opportunities to make money. It might be limiting belief or just disadvantaged, can be due to disability and then opportunities are not being offered to them. A lot of things. But I think if people had opportunities, then there will be enough. What's your answer to that question? Do you think there is enough money in the world for everyone to have enough? Please tell me in the comments. How would you change the world if you could? Environmental conservation. I will ensure that waste is recycled and properly disposed, and rivers are not clogged, and drainages are efficient due to the environment, and people plant trees more than they cut them down. What could our family do that would make the world a better place? As a family, mi sijui. If someone you loved was very sick but could not afford the medicine to get better, will it be okay to steal the medicine? Yes. Okay, steal is not the final option. If I can borrow money and get the medicine for them, or borrow the medicine, or steal and then pay later. What do you know how to do that you could teach someone? To do. It's easy for a child to answer this. I feel like I know how to do a lot of things that most people also know how to do. Make pancakes. How do you feel when someone is angry with you? It depends. If I have genuinely angered them, I'll feel bad. But kama ni like mi sioni issue, mbona umejam, then I'll just give you time to cool down, and then I'll try and explain myself and apologize. If it was genuine, I'll probably just text you to apologize because such tadu. I'm sorry, but I'll feel so bad about it. What do you do to cheer yourself up when you feel down? Nowadays, I don't even try that hard to cheer myself up. I've more of internalized that I need to get through those sad phases of my life. But sometimes I look for music to listen to. It ends up being sad songs because nikisikiza kina Olivia Rodrigo, their music is nice, but sometimes it sits with you in the sadness. To cheer, I think the sad phases that I go through nowadays I just need to go through them. Distractions hazisaidiangi sana. What is the best way to help? What is the best way for me to help you when you feel grumpy? Make jokes. Okay, ka unajua jokes zenye zinaweza fanya nicheke. When do you like me to hug you? When does it embarrass you? Mi ni hug tu ukinisalimia na kama tuna date. If you had to choose only 3 words to describe yourself, what would you say? Hiyo nimefanya. Have you ever been mad at one of your friends? How did you handle it? Argue ikaisha. Ilikuwa juu ya vyombo. My roommate in campus, that's the only time tushaikasirikiana nilikuwa juu ya vyombo. Ni siku yako ya kuosha. Mi niliosha juzi. Hukumbuki ilikuwa siku yangu ya kuosha, alafu nikaoshewa, alafu sasa ni siku yako. Hapana, mimi sioshi hizo vyombo, ni wewe unaosha. Alienda kuziosha. What do you think leadership is? What makes a good leader? Well, leadership, taking responsibility for tasks that need to be done and the people that need to do them, ensuring the people are empowered to do the tasks, correcting them, guiding them through, communicating with them, and ensuring that the tasks are done. What makes a good leader? Cliche, but someone who is leading by example. Like, preferably someone who has been the person that needs to do the task. So they know what needs to be done and what it takes to actually do the task. I feel smart. If you could have one dream come true, what would it be? Can I have my own house that I'm not paying rent for and it's comfortable for me, alafu nitatafuta chakula. What's the hardest thing about being a boy? Let me guess. A boy, not a man. For a man, I would say the responsibility, or rather the feeling of responsibility, like they need to get so much done so that they can support their family. To add on to toxic masculinity, like there are things that you can't be caught doing because you're a man. But for a boy, I don't know. I think when I was young, I just used to think about being a girl. I didn't ever put myself in the shoes of boys. Like right now, as a woman, I'm able to empathize with men. Maybe as a boy, but I don't think they even realized that at the time. The sort of neglect, like boys will be boys, so unaachwa tu survive, fanya vitu zenye unataka, no one is talking to you. But then it's not like girls pia wanaongeleshwa, but maybe people are more gentle with them. But in the moment, I don't think either of the genders realize. What do you want to be when you grow up? This question is still valid for me. Like, I have grown up and honestly, I am not sure. Funny, I knew when I was a kid. Sort of knew. Name 3 foods you will never eat. Never, never, never. I don't think there is any. I avoid garlic just because I think I'm allergic to it. I get stomach upsets when I eat anything with garlic. But I don't think I will fail to eat a certain food because yuck. If I went to a country where they eat dogs, knowing me the way I know myself, I would probably want to bite. What's your favorite meal mom cooks? Favorite. Tuseme tu chapo juu siwezi pika. What's your favorite meal dad cooks? Screams in daddy issues. Sijui. Hakuna. Si sijui hakuna. Hakuna juu hawako wote. What hurts your feelings? How do you act when your feelings are hurt? Hurting my feelings. Someone being mean or unkind to me or accusing me falsely. That really hurts my feelings. How do you act? I cry. I need to cry fast. This card game has so many questions. I still have this left, and clearly I have not answered all of these others that I was going through. It's a really interesting card game. So this Our Moments, it has a kids version, a girls night out version, a family version, and generations. So family, kids, generations are good for families to play. Then girls night out is great for friends. I've actually done girls night out. It's on a vlog. I'll attach the link in the description bar. I did that with my friend. What else? Oh, and there's a couples version. So couples is great for a couple to play, obviously, but even a friend can move through the cards and see what cards are appropriate for them to answer. Then just skip the ones that are specifically for people who are romancing with each other. Thank you for watching this one. See you on the next one. Bye. Please subscribe. Thank you.